Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about tool number 2, which is starting your meditation practice. This is probably the tool I was most excited to film about. This is my most recent tool that has been completely life-changing for me, and I can't wait to tell you why and how to start your own practice. So I started meditating about a month ago. My anxiety has been pretty out of control with our move. I've been traveling every other weekend or week since the end of May. My wedding, my best friend's wedding, again, us moving to Minneapolis. There have been so many things that have just made me feel really anxious and unsettled, and I think part of that was definitely getting out of my routine, and the anxiety crept up on me, and I started really intensely experiencing anxiety symptoms, which I have been experiencing kind of all year with the stress of wedding planning and everything. Started as heart palpitations and racing heart, and it had turned into anxiety dizziness, which was my most recent symptom that I was experiencing, and something that I talked about in one of my recent videos, which I will have linked below if you want to know more about that. But today we're going to talk about meditation, and meditation really was the second tool that I started using right after I decided I was going to really work on this symptom. I kind of let it control me for a little bit of time, and I was really struggling with it, and so I kind of forgot about my tools, which is the opposite of everything that you should do when you're feeling anxious. And so when I realized, like, Abby, this is your anxiety, you need to stop trying to blame it on all these other things, I started using my tools again, and slowly my symptom started going away. It was amazing. I started exercising and doing 30 minutes of cardio every single day, steady state cardio, no weights, no up and down movements, because that would make me more anxious and make me more dizzy. So the 30 minutes of cardio burned off that extra energy that I used to worry. And then I started implementing meditation, and now I meditate every single day in the morning. Sometimes I meditate morning and night. It just depends. I actually have Tim meditating with me some, doing sleep meditations. He falls asleep instantly, you guys, when we do the body scan meditation where you relax. It's kind of like Shavasana in yoga where you relax every part of your body, like body part by body part. It's amazing. It makes you have like the most deep, amazing sleep. I love it so much. So we did that last night actually, and he fell asleep so quickly. It was hilarious. There are so many ways to meditate, and I think a lot of people think it's really overwhelming, but it's actually incredibly simple to start doing and implementing into your daily routine. It can be as little as 2 minutes, as long as 20 minutes, but I recommend starting really small. That way you can build your way up in your practice. I still don't really meditate for more than 10 minutes at a time. I'm still really building up my practice. Originally I started at 3 minutes. That's how I started meditating, and keeping it really easy and really simple. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my layout of starting your meditation practice, and we're just going to kind of go one by one. But it's definitely been life-changing for me, and I want to make sure that I said that. It really centers my mind, it centers my body, it gets me connected to my breath, to my thoughts. When my mind is wandering, when I'm focused, I just really love it. I feel very present in the moment when I'm meditating. Makes me very happy, and I'm actually working on a meditation space in here for myself that I will absolutely film for you guys once I get it set up and show you how I do it and all that fun stuff, because I'm going to DIY that. I'm very excited about it. So, first thing is to find a quiet space where you can be comfortable. I like to cross my legs, and I actually like to sit on my couch right now. And I kind of rest my back against the chair. I put my hands on my thighs. Some people like to have their feet on the floor. That's how I started meditating, was with my feet on the floor, so I felt grounded. And some people like to put their hands up. Some people like to put them down. And you just kind of sit there, and it will guide you through the meditation. That is the beauty of guided meditations. But you want to find a quiet space. I don't ever do it when Tim is here. Well, I've done it when he's here now, but I put headphones in and I go into another room. But usually I do it after he's left for the morning, and I sit on the couch and I meditate. And it's quiet. Don't have any noise, any music, anything going on. You really want it to be a quiet space. Then the next thing is to find a time of day that you can stick to consistently. It's not going to work the same every single day. Some days you're going to have to meditate later than others, but I would try to stay as consistent with it as possible. You guys know it takes 21 days to form habit, and if you just have your alarm set for the same time every day to get up, to get your meditation in, maybe you've got kids, maybe you have to run to work really early, if you just get those 5 to 10 minutes or 3 to 10 minutes a day where you meditate in the morning, it can dramatically improve your quality of life and your anxiety. I promise you that. So choosing a time of day that you can be consistent with. And then The next step is to start with guided meditation. So you can find books, I think I mentioned in Miracles Now, one of my favorite self-care books by Gabrielle Bernstein. She has written meditations, but that's really hard to do, for me at least, when you're starting out in meditation, because you don't really know what you're doing. So to have to memorize the meditation and then sit there and be like, okay, now what was the next part? What was I supposed to do next? Your mind just wanders too much and you're not really focused on meditating on yourself. You're focused on remembering the meditation that you're supposed to be doing in your head. And I like it to be guided and somebody talking out loud to me so that I don't have to worry about anything other than what he's telling me to do, which is normally to be quiet and reflect and focus on your breathing and just focus on that and really nothing else. So I wanted to talk to you about my favorite 3 apps that I use for meditating. The first app I ever downloaded is called Meditation, and it looks like this here. And I loved this because it has a meditation course, and the course has 15 different lessons in it, and they start with 5 minutes and they kind of go up in time so that you can increase your practice every single day. And I really would say to start there. And I will have all of this in the description bar laid out for you guys with the name of the app so you can look it up. And this is a free app and the course is totally free. And that is where I would recommend starting. It goes through visualization meditations, inspiration meditations, heart, body, breath meditations, creating your space, being mindfulness, how meditation works, finding your seat, like finding your comfortable position. It goes through all of the basics of meditation and really takes you through it. I did about 2 to 3 meditations a day on this course because I wanted to meditate for about 10 to 15 minutes a day, and I was trying to meditate a little bit more because my anxiety was so heightened that it was really helping me. It helped me to feel centered. So I recommend going through the Meditation Essentials course in the meditation app to start. And then I will say my favorite meditation app is the Calm app. This is a paid app. I think it's free. I don't know if it's free if you get the daily Calm where it's free, but I know that if you click meditation to access any of this content, I believe you have to pay for the app, which I think is, I forget, $4.99 a month? I can't remember exactly what it is, you guys, but this is really good. It monitors your streak, so like how many days in a row that you've meditated, how long you've meditated, how many sessions you've done. It keeps track of all that, and it has all these like great peaceful like background settings. And what I really like about it is it has the daily Calm. So you can click meditate and pick any kind of meditation, like they have a million meditations, you guys, or because they have like 21 days of calm, 7 days of managing stress, 7 days of focus, 7 days of sleep, 7 days of happiness, and then unguided meditations, and then they have other meditations down here. So they have all those, but then every day they have a daily Calm, which is a daily meditation. Today's was 9 minutes. Usually they range to be about 9 minutes and 9 or 10 minutes, and it's a new meditation every single day. And I've been doing that meditation every day, and I like that I log in and it's right there and it's something new every day. I really like that, and it challenges me in different ways every day. But I really did like starting with the meditation course first, and then the Calm app, and then the other app that I actually haven't really explored but I know a lot about and I know a lot of people use is called Headspace. And this has like, it's got like levels, I think. So you have level 1, 2, 3, and you kind of like work your way up this ladder here. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. I honestly haven't played with it too much, but it might be something for you that you might like. Meditation and Calm are just the 2 main apps that I use. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys my top apps and why I like them and what I would recommend there. My next suggestion when you're starting a meditation practice is to not get too caught up in the how and just do it. You don't have to feel perfect. Like, I feel like when I meditated my first few times, they tell you to like sit up tall, but I was so uncomfortable like that, and it made me think about my body and like how uncomfortable I was, that I meditated like this with my feet on the floor and my hands in my lap. You guys, don't worry about the how, right? You're just trying to get connected to yourself, your body, center your thoughts, center kind of the way that you're feeling, and reset your system with your breathing. And so it doesn't matter what you look like or if you're doing exactly what they say. Don't focus on the how. Focus on just doing it, okay? So like I said, I was literally like, I had to rest my head back because that's how I felt the best, like how I felt like I could really focus and not feel uncomfortable. And now I started meditating a little bit straighter, but still sometimes I just want to curl my shoulders and just kind of like sit with my legs crossed, and now I cross my legs. You know, just don't worry about the how, just do it, okay? The next step here is to be patient. Meditation is hard, you guys. It takes people a long time to master meditation. I'm certainly not a master. I've only been doing it for like a month, but it takes a long time, so be patient with yourself. If you're sitting there, and a lot of meditations will guide you through this. One of the first meditations that I did that was in that meditation app, they said, just recognize if your thoughts are wandering. Don't be judgmental of it. Just recognize it. And if you're thinking, if you're thinking anxious thoughts, just think anxious, 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 and just think that and repeat it over and over again so that you can recognize your thoughts, but don't judge them. And if your mind wanders, that's totally fine. It will give you the tool to try to bring it back a little bit more every time you meditate. But sometimes I meditate and I'm distracted the whole time, and no matter how many times I try to come back, I can't do it. So be patient with yourself. Don't worry about doing it wrong, and just don't be judgmental of it. Know that it takes practice. It takes people like decades to master meditation, you guys. So don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about doing it wrong. Just be patient with yourself, and stay with it consistently, and stay with whatever arises. So whatever arises in your mind, recognize that, note that to yourself. Whatever feelings that your body has or whatever thoughts that your mind has, just recognize those and make note of those so that you can remember that when you're meditating the next time, or even when you're done with your meditation, if there's something that came up that you really need to reflect on and think a little bit more about, just note that during your meditation. The next thing is to commit to it. This goes along with the picking a time of day that's consistent. If you really want to try to have meditation help you in your life, you need to commit to it and commit to practicing, whether it's 2 minutes or 10 minutes a day. Really commit to trying to make this tool work for you. So if you're going to go for it, make sure you're all in on it. That's the only way that it's really going to help you. And then my last tip, and this is actually one that I read before I started meditating, and it helps me feel good. I always feel good after I meditate, usually, but it makes me, even if I'm having like a challenging meditation, it always makes me feel good after it's over, and that is to smile when you finish meditating. Be grateful that you had the time to meditate, that you were able to sit down and sit with your breath and with your body and with your thoughts, and be quiet and work on your self-care. And when you finish and they tell you to kind of bring your awareness back to the room, open your eyes, notice your surroundings, and just smile. Just smile just a little bit, and it will really just change your mood. Even if you're whether you're having a great meditation, whether you're having a challenging one, it'll just really lift you up and make you feel really good and like you've done good work for yourself. So those are my tips on starting your meditation practice. I hope that you guys put this into play. This is a tool that has been really helping me, that I've fallen in love with, and I can't wait to learn more about it, about myself through it, and I think it's been really good for me. So I hope it can be really good for you as well, and that these tips were helpful. Make sure that if you feel compelled to share this message with friends or family, that you do so. If you think somebody would benefit from this, let them know. We would love to help as many people as possible. That's why we're here. That's why I do what I do. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.